joining my channel, Nourishing the Holistic Christian Home. If you're not new, welcome back. Today I am in the kitchen making herbal infused honeys and oils. So if you are new to my channel, I try to create simple ways for the modern family to stay healthy-ish. So I know it can be super overwhelming when you're getting into autoimmune protocol and different things that will, that you need to get healthy, different diets and such. It can be pretty difficult for you just starting out. It can seem overwhelming. And so that's why I'm making this video today. Is I want to show you how you can incorporate an herbal powerhouse into simple things like honeys and oils. Now, what I'm going to be using today is oregano. And oregano, excuse me, I'm making my autoimmune bread, so I'm hopeful to share that recipe with you guys soon. But oregano is really just a powerhouse. It is so antimicrobial that they even use it to treat antibiotic-resistant bacteria like MRSA. So having oil of oregano in your house during the cold and flu season is so important for, if you get sick and things like that. You can take it daily, 3 times a day. You can give it to your children, and you can take it as an herbal antibiotic. And so most people don't realize how simple it is to make, and I'm going to show you just how simple it is to make. Now, if you purchase oil of oregano in a store, it's going to cost you upwards of $30, $40, even for a small concentrate. But what people don't realize is it's actually really easy to make on your own. Sorry about that. So I'm going to show you how to go ahead and infuse honeys and oils with oregano. You could do this with different kinds of herbs that have antimicrobial properties, but oregano is definitely my favorite. You can make this oil and rub it on the bottoms of your feet, which is a great introductory site into the body when someone's sick, and no doubt it helps shorten the durations of colds and flus and different kinds of things. So all you're going to need is a pot with a glass bowl that fits just like this. You're kind of creating your own double boiler here. Now, if you have a double boiler, that's great, but I find this method super easy for infusing different things and even creating my own homemade candles. And so a good option to do is a raw local honey. So if you purchase a local honey, it's going to have the anti-allergen properties of your specific area. So I live in Texas, and I went ahead and picked up some raw local honey, and I'm going to be infusing this, and I'm also going to be infusing some olive oil. So when my family gets sick, I will have an oregano infused honey that I can incorporate into their teas, and then I can also give them teaspoons of the oil, and like I said, also rub it on topically. So now, as far as the oregano goes, you definitely want to purchase organic. If organic is not available to you, because they don't always have it, you can definitely purchase regular standard. What you want to do is make sure that you wash it off really well and make sure that it dries very well. So you don't want any pesticides in your medicines, and then you don't want any water at all. So because if there's any residual moisture on the herb itself, when you make your infusion, it's going to create mold, and you don't want to do that. You want to have something that's shelf stable. So I have my oregano here, and you can go ahead and just put it in with the stem and all, and as you slowly simmer your pot, you don't want to burn the oil and create a rancid oil at all. So you have to be very careful to keep this low and slow simmer for about an hour, as long as you want to sit there and stir it, and then you can go ahead and honey gets pretty liquidy as it gets warm, so it's easier to strain into your jar. And I just have 2 ball mason jars here that I'll be keeping them in. Now you can funnel the olive oil back into here, which is probably what I'll be doing, because the dark colored glass keeps the oil fresher for longer, so it's not exposed to sunlight and it's not going to turn bad. This is just a simple way that you can incorporate herbal medicine into your house simply for your family, and it won't break the bank. It's something that you can have on hand, and it definitely is such a better alternative to antibiotics. Of course, there are some reasons that you would want to go in for antibiotics, but for the standard cold and flu, these are really great options so that you don't have to wipe out your entire gut flora by taking antibiotics. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like simmering on the stove, and then you would be all set. So thanks again for watching, and I hope that you stick around and like my videos and subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks on how to keep things simple. So let's go ahead and get this on the stove. Okay, so I just have my pot ready to go right here with a little bit of water. And then I also have my honey with my oregano ready to go. And all you do is just stick the bowl right in there, and what it's going to do is create a nice simmering steam bath kind of thing going on underneath of there, and it's going to warm up the honey slowly. And then all the constituents of the oregano are going to seep out from the heat into the honey. Now remember, we do not want to burn the honey at all or overheat this or anything, and we definitely don't want to get any water in here. So it's very important that you keep an eye on it, because it might boil over and start splashing water, and you're just going to create a nice slow simmering process kind of going on for about an hour to seep all those constituents out, and then you can go ahead and strain it.
Medicine woman, medicine man, walking with grace. I know your face and I trust your hand.
Okay, so we're starting to get some steam, and I'm noticing that the honey is starting to get a lot more soft and runny. So just keep on stirring it and make sure that you don't boil over on the sides. It can escape you very quickly, so you have to be very careful about that, but not to get any water into your honey. And if you're unsure that you haven't gotten any water in and you're kind of worried about that, you can also keep this in the fridge if you did accidentally get some water in it. So that way you don't have to throw away your whole batch. So we're going to keep on simmering. Okay, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's getting super runny. That's when it's nice and heated and it's just soaking up those medicinal properties of that oregano. So we are about finished here, and then we just get it strained up into our jar and repeat the same process for the oil. Okay, so my honey is ready to take off the stove, and I'm just going to go ahead and strain it into this jar. And we are done. Another great thing about these, as you can see, I only did half of a jar because I wanted to save my honey for something else that I was doing. But also, just so you know, these herbal medicines make really great Christmas gifts as well. So you can make up a bunch of nice herbal honeys and give them to your friends and coworkers as gifts as well. So that is it. We are all set. And we're just going to let this cool and then put the lid back on, and we have herbal honey for our teas. And like I said, you just follow the same steps for the herbal oil as well, and you can go ahead and keep them in your tea cabinet. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.